Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today's video. As you guys saw by the title, we'll be ranking all of the eyeshadow palettes that I've tried so far in 2023. First of all, honestly, the fact that we're halfway through 2023 and I got 5, 10, 14 palettes right here, 18 palettes right here. No way. No freaking way. I honestly though, I have been doing really good at sticking as close to 50 eyeshadow palettes as possible. I know that sounds obscene to some people, but for me, I want to stick to, I have so many that I cannot get rid of. I just want to stick as close to 50 as possible. Right now I think I'm at like 55, but still I know what I can like declutter when I plan to do declutter, that kind of vibe, so we're good. Not that I just needed to justify myself then anyway, but I'm very excited. First, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, let's just get started. The reason why I was like kind of like, oh my gosh, 18 because I have 4 eyeshadow palettes that I have not tried yet, but I bought in 2023, so I wanted to mention them really quick because I feel like this video, of course it's a ranking, just kind of see what I'm loving and what I'm not, like what I bought and what I like, you know, shouldn't have bought and that kind of vibe. But I also feel like it's a way for you guys to see how many palettes I've bought in the year. I don't think I've decluttered any, maybe a few. I really don't think I've decluttered very many new like palettes that I bought in 2023, like from what I can think of. I'd have to go check, but I really don't think so because there are some that I'm like, if I did, I would have decluttered that. But anyway, this one I bought, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm torn. This is the Glamlite Frosted Flakes palette. It's the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. I honestly think this packaging is so freaking cute. Says we're sure you'll look great. And then it's just so freaking cute. But this palette is so gorgeous. I love the top row. I think for me, it's just the blues that I think are so stunning, but I just never really wear blue. So I'm like, I really have no reason to reach into this, which is why I haven't used it. And then I'm also like, well, what would I do? Like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna do a video on like chopping block makeup, and I might like pop one of these palettes on there just to see, just to finally test it, see if it's worth keeping. Or I don't know, because I feel like it's brand new. I just don't have the packaging, so I could give it away, you know, sell it, something like that. But I don't know, I think it's so gorgeous. I just have not used it. This one, if you guys know, the last 3, honestly, if you guys don't know, I just had a really bad sty for the past 2 weeks, and so I haven't really been wearing eyeshadow. I haven't worn eyeshadow at all. This is the first time I have, and I had picked up the Star Wars palette right before that, so I have yet to use this one, but this one is so gorgeous. Honestly, I'm very excited for this. Honestly, I really don't think anything could convince me to get rid of this or like to not use this, because I will be using this as soon as I can, as soon as possible, because it's so gorgeous. Then I have 2 alter ego palettes. This is the Coastal palette, just real quick, because I've shown you these before, and I'm sure you've seen them before. This is the dupe for the Huda Beauty, like, something palette. I don't know. This one is so pretty, though. I just feel like it's not, like, my favorite color scheme. I honestly bought it for the collector's purposes, which is horrible, I know. But I also feel like it's one that, like, you know, I look at Huda Beauty and I'm like, oh, like maybe I should try something, you know what I mean? And then I never pull the trigger because it's so expensive. So I was like, okay, well, this is a fraction of the cost, so might as well just try it, get it, you know, the whole 9. So I'm excited to try that one. And then, of course, I'm so excited to dip into the Midsummer palette. And I will definitely be doing a dupes video, which I'm so excited about because we just need it. We need it. And I have so many other products, too, that I feel like will be awesome for a dupes video. So I'm very excited about that. Okay, now that we've been talking for 5 minutes, and I've yet to go in the ranking, those are the 4 palettes that I've yet to try, so won't be in the ranking, honestly. So we will be going from least favorite to favorite. Again, we have 14 eyeshadow palettes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 eyeshadow palettes in this ranking. I honestly, like, it's so hard to rank products, but I feel like, especially because I have so many, that I try them once or twice, and honestly, they go in the vault for a while, and that's horrible, I know. Like, I am not, like, bragging about that. I'm so pissed about it, and I need to get better. I honestly was, like, trying to get, like, you know, about to be like, okay, yes, we're using eyeshadow palettes 1 a day, blah, 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 and then I got my sty, so it was, like, horrible timing. But I need to go back and use a lot of these palettes. The top few, though, are the ones that I cannot put down. So it's, like, perfect. It was, like, perfectly ranked at the top. The rest of these are, like, depending on the day, they might be anywhere else, except for the bottom. Actually, the bottom few, I'm like, oh no, you guys were easy. It's like the middle ones that were kind of just like, So anyway, let's go with the bottom of the food chain. This is number 14. And honestly, I'm going to declutter this palette as soon as I freaking can. Oh my gosh, this is the Sheglam Frida Kahlo palette. Kahlo. Masterpiece eyeshadow palette. I don't even know if this is still available. I think it might be. The packaging is nice, and there are some banger products in this collection. This palette was not one of them. They had I was so excited, and my sister like was watching the video, and she was like, yo, you made me laugh because you were so excited and then it was awful. And I was like, I know, I was horrible. I was so hurt because I was so excited. It had like a beautiful like picture. It had this exact picture designed in there. It was awesome. And then you kind of brushed away the shadow, and there was the picture, and then there was eyeshadows underneath. The eyeshadows underneath are not good. Like, I don't know if they're shimmers or mattes or what. You can't actually tell. I think they all have shimmer in it. They all seem a little bit like maybe creams. I don't know. They're just not good shadows. Just not good shadows. Just not a good palette. And I'm sorry to say that, because the next palette is also from Sheglam. Now, this one's not a bad palette, and it's not, honestly, it's not like this one is really bad. It's not that bad. This one is just basic. And so I feel like when it's basic like this, a basic palette like this, the formula needs to be pretty darn good just for me to, you know, hold on to it, justify keeping it or recommend it, because I feel like there's so many palettes that have these in it. The Lunar Beauty, whatever palette, and they're just so beautiful. There are formulas out there that are stunning, and this one is just okay. It's just okay. It's workable. So for the price tag, it's workable. If you're on a budget or you're already placing a Sheglam order and you're like, well, I really need an eyeshadow palette, you know, I'm on a tight budget. It's not bad. It works. It's workable. I just feel like you need to overly work for this palette, and I don't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that, and I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's worth it in that sense as far as like needing it, you know. I think the whole vibe is so cute. It's the Smart Cookie palette. I don't know if I said that, but like the shade names are like Ginger Snap, Butter Me Up, Flower Power, Brown Sugar, like Love Chip. It's so freaking cute. Bite Me. Such a cute name. I just feel like the colors are just like, I just feel like the formula is subpar. And again, this one might be one I have to use again, just because I haven't used it too much, but I just feel like it's just, I have no desire to really reach for it again, because it was just like, okay, you know? And this one, honestly, this next one is, I honestly, like, I really like this palette. Again, I just have to use it more. I just feel like, though, this one, the color story is not my favorite. So yeah, this is the Colourpop Dreams Come True palette. If you guys don't know, I have a problem when it comes to collecting things, and I really want to collect all the princess ones. And so if they come out with like a bunch more of these, so like here's the packaging. First of all, is freaking stunning. I think the color story is very Snow White-esque. You have her 3 colors right here, you know, her dress, obviously her dress, and the, you know, all of her dress, her dress colors. It's all right here. It's beautiful. I just think that the color story is not my favorite. I feel like the shimmers are really, really nice as well. Well, this shimmer, I should say, I really, really like. I just will never use a bright yellow shimmer. I'll never, maybe, but probably not with this palette if I'm using this blue. And then again, what's the point? These 3 mattes are like the only ones, and this one's kind of, sorry, this one has a little bit of shimmer in it. So these 2 mattes are the only thing that I'm going to be using. If I reach into this palette, it would be a look to do this in the crease, this in the outer corner, and this on the lid, and then that's it. Because like everything else seems to be like a little bit random. It's not very like cohesive as far as like, you know, getting a bunch of different looks all the time with just this palette. Like I'd have to bring in another palette, but it does look like Snow White, and I love this packaging. So I want, like, it's hard to put it down there, but I'm like, as far as using it goes and like just wanting to, it just won't be used that much, you know. This one too, this one though would only get saved, like if this was any other brand or whatever, first of all, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but like any other packaging, I probably wouldn't have bought it, but also if I did buy it, I would probably declutter it, but since it's that packaging and like color, like I'm gonna keep it. But I think the bottom 4 are like definitely on the verge of just being decluttered, because this is the Essence Don't Worry Be mini eyeshadow palette. I really like this eyeshadow palette. I just think practicality wise, it's not gonna get used. Like there's only, okay, these are technically mattes here, but like that's not gonna do anything for me, and that's like, this is the best shade for the crease, and it's a little bit light, you know? This is like a little bit deeper. It's just, it's not the best. The shimmers are honestly the star of this show, which is nice. But I'm like, I just don't know if I'd hang on to it. If I went through my entire collection and saw, you know, I didn't have any silvers, maybe I would, because I do like a silver kind of eye sometimes. I think it's so pretty, but like, if I found like I even had one other repeating palette, this one would go. The formula is nice. It's just, it feels like a cheap formula because it's a cheap palette, you know, and I hate to say that, but it's just the truth. It just feels a little bit like Essence eyeshadow palettes, you know what I mean? Like, Essence makes some really great eyeshadow palettes, and they make some really great makeup, so I'm not dogging the brand. I'm just saying, like, when you think of like something for $4, like it feels like that, whereas some of their other products, they feel a lot more expensive than they are, you know what I mean? This one doesn't. It feels the price tag. Okay, next. Oh, no. Yeah. Like I said, like, these are all just depending on the day, but next, this is the problem too. These are going into palettes I like now. Like, not none of these, but like, these are mostly products, like, I'd have to really have a lot of good eyeshadow palettes to declutter these, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these I have for a reason, and I like them for that reason, but then other one, like the bottom four, I'm like, okay, I could declutter probably most of those except for, again, that one. But like these, I'm like, I really like these. So next is the Tarte Maneater Catitude palette. It comes with 6 shades from the giant, like, Tarte, I don't know if it's the Maneater palette. I think it is the Maneater palette. It's just as like a condensed version is. Honestly, this one has been in my collection the longest out of all of these products. So I got this at the end of December. I didn't try it until January, so I'm counting that. But like, I've used it probably like one of the least. And I really like this palette though, and I think Tarte has amazing formula. I think that this palette is just so genius that I'm like, Marissa, you have to use it more because it's stunning. And I'm not gonna swatch too much, but like, they're so beautiful. Like, the formula is so great. I just need to make myself use it more, and I think it's just a color story that's not, you know, like my favorite, so I don't use it that much, but it is so good. It is so freaking good. And then the shade, they're just so cute. I love. Did I need both of these, like, you know, kind of light cream shades? No, but everything else is so beautiful. I love the packaging. I love the sleekness. I have the other, like, Tarte lip palette like this, and I just love them. They're one big happy family, so that's number, what? 10. Number 10. All right, and then number 9. Okay. I don't know. I know people like know what colors they like to wear, that kind of stuff. I never know. I just kind of know in the moment. Like, I feel like every color, like, I like to play with most colors. Green I really love. Like, blue I'll wear every now and then. I just don't wear it a lot. But I feel like something about purple, I think it's, that's because someone told me purple makes brown eyes pop. So this is the Ofra signature palette, the signature Symphony palette. I got it in like a little mystery box, but this is so gorgeous. And something about, again, purple just like calls my name, but I like this purple because it's muted purple. It just has like a nice transition shade, some outer corner shades, and then a beautiful shimmer. This is the shade Blissful, like the highlighter shade Blissful that they put in eyeshadow form. And I love that. I think that this palette is so gorgeous. Ofra's formula isn't like anything revolutionary or exciting. And then also, like, what is the shade? Like, I don't know what this is. It's like a kind of a shimmer. I don't know. It's just like, it being at 5 pan and like a subpar formula, it's kind of like whatever. But I love the colors, and I like purples enough that I'm like, oh, I really like this palette. But it's just not like, again, it's not top 5, but it's down. It's on there somewhere. It's top 10 for sure. I like it. It's just not like an obsession. This one as well, same kind of vibe. I like it, but it's not an obsession. This is the Nabla Side by Side palette. I knew this would happen. I knew it would happen. So I got this during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I knew I wanted it like the minute I saw it because everyone and their mom loves it. So many of my favorite YouTubers love this palette. They talk about it nonstop. I just realized like most of my favorite YouTubers have lighter skin than me. And so not that that's a big determining factor, but it is a little bit because like some of these shades, like this one, like these are not, they're not very different on my skin tone, like some of these mattes, like, so I'm basically using this palette for the same one look over and over again. It's not like, you know, the best thing ever. I honestly have not used this palette enough. I need to use it way more for sure. But like just from based off, you know, wanting to reach for it, like my desire to reach for it, and like when I have used it, it's just like there. It's just like a good palette. But again, not like a number one. There's nothing like exceptional about it, especially because the color scheme is boring. But this Nabla has a really nice formula. So don't get me wrong, I really like the formula in this. I just think, again, the colors are just, you know, basic shades. So if I'm not reaching for basic shades, then obviously that's gonna knock the palette at some points, you know? Okay, next is this palette. I actually really love this palette. This is the Morphe 18W Natural Wonder palette. I think the reason why it's not higher is just because I really don't use it that much, but I think it is so beautiful. I love these tones. They're like a little bit rosier, like more neutral. It's more than neutral palette, you know? It has like those like tones that are just a little bit like rosier, a little bit more cool. I don't know, they just have something that I just honestly don't know what it is. They have a little bit extra. That's why they're a little bit more than neutrals. And I love this palette. I think the formula is super nice. It's super easy, and the colors are just so beautiful. So it's not just your basic everyday neutral palette. It's a little bit more than that, but it's not like blue and bright colors, you know what I'm saying? And I really like that. And Morphe does have a good formula. Say what you may about Morphe, but their formula is not bad. Like, there are definitely way worse formulas out there. Not that that's how you should be basing your eyeshadow picks off of, but for me, I'm like, I'm not going to get rid of this palette because, you know, Morphe is annoying, but because the palette is good. I also got this as a gift, so I'm so thankful, and I'm really glad that, you know, my friend got it for me, so I'm like, I'm not going to, like, not use it because it's Morphe, but I'm going to love that palette because it's a good palette. I didn't know I, like, love these kind of tones until there was another, like, eyeshadow palette that I have that I got a couple months before 2023, and they're kind of similar vibes, and I love them so much. I didn't know I loved them that much. They're so gorgeous. This one too is a really nice palette, honestly. Like, again, depending on the day, like maybe those two would switch, I don't know, but I really like this palette as well. I just have to use it more. First of all, this is the Moira Time to Shine Celestial Series palette. This is so beautiful. First, this packaging though is just so freaking annoying. It's so hunky chunky, and every time I look at it, when I look at the packaging, I don't expect the palette to be this beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the packaging just is so deceiving. It makes it look like a very cheap, just like kind of thrown together, like, I feel like just the top, like, okay, it sits like this in my drawer, so you can only see that. I'm like, that does not do justice to what this is, this beautifulness is. So I need to use it again way more, but the shimmers in this are stunning. The formula is beautiful. I love this palette. I just think there's something that I'm not reaching. There's some reason why I'm not reaching for it, and whether, again, just because I don't wear green a lot or whatever, or if it's honestly because of the packaging, I don't know. But I really think this palette is stunning. I really have no complaints besides how chunky it is for no freaking good reason. Okay, now let's get to the top kahunas. Now, the next two were really hard. The top three were like, psh, easy breezy, beautiful. The next two were hard just because it was kind of like, first of all, what made me excited to use it? What made me, like, again, want to use it? What was I reaching for? But also what, like, really just came and was like, overwhelmed all my senses. You know, what done did that? And these next two palettes were the ones that did it. Because as much as I do love the Moira one, something about this palette just undid it for me. This is the Colourpop Lost in Wonderland palette. Now, no, like, can I use every shade in this? And is every shade perfect? No. But these shimmers, first of all, are stunning. Like, so gorgeous, it's not even funny. Like, something about this is so exciting. I want to reach for this all the time. Like, I wish that I could literally just, I mean, I could wear these colors to work. And I just might soon, because they are so gorgeous. I love this formula. I love the colors that they chose. I love the Alice in Wonderland, but I just love the direction they went with this. And whether people agree or not, I think this palette is so good. The only gripe I have is that the light shades are really too light for anyone over a light skin tone. So I really can't use the mattes that much. But the shimmers are so exciting. This palette is so exciting. Everything about this palette is so exciting that I was like, I have to give it like a good spot, because I really like, I could honestly, like any other palette, like, you know, I could declutter this. It's not hard not to declutter that, as much as I do like it. This one, I would be really hard for me to declutter. Like, you'd have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands, probably. And honestly, same with this freaking palette. It's not one that I use a lot, but I love it. This is the Glamlite Scooby-Doo Retro Shaggy palette. It's a 10 shade palette, and Glamlite, where have you been all my freaking life? Look at these shades. Look at them. Just a light little swatch. This is just a little baby swatch. Oh my gosh. So stunning. These greens, these colors, these blues, these deep, rich colors are stunning. And the shimmers, I could eat them. They're so delicious. And I just love this palette so freaking much. Again, do I use it every day? No. Will I use it every day? Probably not. Will I love it forever and ever? Yes, I will, because this palette is so freaking good. I'm not... Scooby-Doo doesn't like resonate with the soul or anything like that, and neither does Alice in Wonderland, to be quite honest, but something about the way they just did these palettes are so beautiful. Obviously different brands, but the way this palette was done is just so good, and I just love everything about this. The colors are stunning. Everything about this is stunning. The formula is rich. Both of these palettes just made me excited to do makeup, and I love that. And so I had to give them, you know, a higher spot, because even though I don't use them a lot, I just feel like I would reach for them if I could, number one. Number two, these are brands that obviously Colourpop, but like now I'm on the hunt for Glamlite, and that's why I'm like also like maybe I should try the Frosted Flakes palette, but I don't want to try the Frosted Flakes palette and it kind of put out the fire that this Scooby-Doo one set, you know what I mean? So I'm scared, but anyway, I digress. Love those palettes. Okay, number three, top three, baby, top three. This one's hard, kind of top, I'll say them together because top 3 and 2 and 3 are both of these Sephora Destinations eyeshadow palettes. I did have this one at number 3, and that is just because, so this is the Gone West eyeshadow palette. I love these packagings. They're sleek. They're great for travel. Obviously, that's the idea. They're the Destinations eyeshadow palettes. I really like that they went with that. They have a nice mirror that's not like anything exceptional. I mean, not anything over the top. It's just a good working mirror. Again, great for travel. And then it has your tones. I just hate all of these shimmers. I really don't like any of these shimmers at all. And then all 3 of these shades look pretty similar. But this formula is so good. And I love these tones because they're so delicious and so scrumptious. And I love it. I think this is a great transition for my skin tone. It's just it's nothing super dramatic. It just goes right into the crease, and then you can deepen it up with any of these shades. There's a slight difference. So as much as I'm saying they do look similar, there's a slight difference. Like you could probably go this one, like all in your eye, and it'll create some sort of dimension. But this formula is so good. Like I want more of these palettes. I hope they come out with more, because the rest of the color schemes they have now are not my favorite. But this one is so good. Again, the shimmers are just not it for me, but the mattes are so good that I needed to put it to number 3. I love those palettes so much. And those those are one of the other first 2 palettes I bought during the year as well. But this one is a true star. This is the Gone Off the Grid palette. Sorry. First of all, this packaging is so cute as well. Again, very travel friendly. Look at how beautiful. These shimmers are all so stunning. The mattes are beautiful. I do think these 2 are a little bit light for me, so I love to pair them together, of course, like just to do kind of, you know, crease, outer corner, and then some depth. Like they're the perfect combo, honestly. So I was debating on just ranking them together or separate, but you know, we'll just go with this. I love these palettes so much, and I think that they're so underrated. Like, please buy these palettes. They're so good. Honestly though, I did a video with both of these palettes that at first did horrible. Like, it was one of the worst videos that I had posted so far in the year at the time, and then like all of a sudden it just has like hundreds and hundreds of views. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I'll take it, but it's so funny. Anyway though, again, this formula is so great. Everything about this is great. I love these palettes so much. Now this is first of all, it's a great formula, amazing formula for neutral palettes. These palettes I want to reach for every single day, and I honestly did for a while. All right, last but not least, lucky number 1. Can you guess? Can you guess? I'm sure you can. My favorite palette so far of 2023. And honestly, I don't see it getting dethroned at all. Maybe one can't come close if it's as good as it looks. But other than that, I really doubt that, and this one is on its way to me, like I haven't even seen it yet, so maybe, but honestly, I'm not sure. This is the #1 palette of 2023 for me. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you ready? That is the Too Faced Italian Spritz. I know. Look at this color story. First of all, it's the most colorful palette I've showed you at all. It's one of the only ones that are like truly colorful, like have multiple colors in it. But this palette is so stunning. First of all, I'm wearing it today and it's a neutral look. So there you go. Like you do not need to just do bold, crazy looks with this. It does have a nice like neutral, has nice neutral colors in it. I just love these pops, and I've said this like a few times, you know, but I just feel like this palette really made me love color again. And again, I'm so excited just to get more into more color and just try new looks out. I feel like it's just so inspiring, if you will, and that's why I love this palette so much. I think it really just was like flipped a switch on in me, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, remember I used to do all these colors, like I used to do halo eyes and just these bold freaking colors, and then pictures will come up in like my Google Photos and it just looks so good, and I'm like, Marissa, where is that, like get it out of you. And this palette kind of did that for me, kind of just like stirred it up with me, and that's why I can appreciate, you know, the Scooby-Doo palette, the Lost in Wonderland palette, and that's why they're so exciting to me, because of this one. And I just think like this palette, it makes color easy, it makes it wearable, it makes it easy to transition from neutral to color. If you're someone who thinks you're a neutral lover, just give it a try. You know, you can even just put a little bit pop of pink in the outer corner, put a pop of purple on the lid, you can put a pop of blue on the lid, add this in the outer corner, add this in the outer corner, anything like that. It is so easy. And then the rest of the shades are basically neutral, so it's so easy. I love this palette. A Too Faced formula is superb, so honestly I could go on and on about this palette, but now you know, she is #1, honey. She's #1. You cannot go wrong. I really I don't have that much else to say, because this palette is just so freaking good. Honestly, so freaking good. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, there's that. Alright guys, that is basically it for this video. Let me know any of these palettes, you know, you're like, Marissa, please use that again, or like I haven't even seen you use that, let's see another look. You know, I know I've used the Scooby-Doo at least once on camera, and same with the Wonderland, but like let me know if you want to see more. Even the Too Faced one, I would gladly do more colorful looks. Just let me know. The Nabla palette I know you have barely seen. The Moira I've shown once, so let me know if you want to see anything. You're like, please use this in the video. Definitely let me know, because obviously I'll do that for you. I love doing 2 looks. I love doing 3 looks, you know, that kind of vibe. I love that, doing those with you. And I just don't know if there's demand for it, you know what I mean? So if there's a demand, I will gladly put it out for you. But again, I need to know. Let me know. That is it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.